We are off. Bobby Emmons, Thorsten HOHMANN. This is a one-loss side match. Loser, they don't have to go home, but they can't play in the tournament.
They have to get
anymore.
up out of this tournament.
I am Mike Howerton, joined by J.R. Burkhart.
Good evening, pool fans. We just want to give a quick note. Thank you very much for everyone out there tuning in to this great stream. It's an awesome event. I cannot remember the last time in Arizona we've had this much pool talent under one roof. So just want to give you a shout out. Thank you very much for supporting pool. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever had a field like this. We are, of course, at Freezer's IceHouse. Beautiful, beautiful room. All right, let's see. Bobby made the 9. 5's tied up.
You're getting ideal position on the 2. It's not going to be easy. I think he can handle it. Does he attack the 5-6 right now? Ooh.
I don't think he was trying to attack it. I think he just hooked himself. Yep. I don't know. That was... Bobby's a local hero out here.
Absolutely. I would say probably regarded as a top 5 player in Arizona.
Oh, sure.
Without doubt.
We were at Skip and Jan's for a Diamond Pool Tour stop last year, and he roasted Vilnius Folds.
I did hear about that.
He's not going to like this, though. You can't take flyers at shots like that. Maybe he's not worried about it because the 5-6 is tied up, but that's not a good idea.
I mean, you want to play careful and smart against a world-class player in a tournament match. It's a little different than playing a money match.
We are being told that the next match will be either Ekman Kachi versus Dennis Orcoyo or Jeffrey DeLuna versus Dennis Orcoyo.
Wow. Wow.
So you want to stay tuned for that. It's going to be a lot better than that race date you and I were going to play.
Yeah. Talk about people wishing their internet goes offline.
All right, is he going straight into this? Or is he going 2 rails behind it?
I think he's going straight into it.
Ooh.
Cross bank time? Indeed.
Bobby looks like he's playing poker. He's sitting in the chair looking at Thorsten, looking at the shot back and forth. Like he's looking for a tell. It's a good shot. This is going to be a good one, too.
Yeah, Bobby's got a ton of experience. I mean, for as fast and loose as he plays, I like his demeanor. You won't see him looking into the crowd or talking to anyone. He stays pretty focused on the table.
Yeah, and he'll... Oh, God, I thought he would hit that. I thought he hit that already, and that wasn't near the stroke he needed. Things can go wrong here.
And this pocket has been called El Diablo by a few players this weekend. It seems to play just a little bit tighter than the rest. Let's see if it bothers Mr. HOHMANN.
Yes, it does.
I think my new nickname will be Black Cat. I apologize. I don't have a horse in the race. I've just have seen more balls missed in that corner pocket than the others.
And he missed that bad. That's a nice shot.
That's a very nice shot.
And that's what Bobby's going to have to do. He can't play that crazy, I can make everything Bobby Emmons approach.
Well, you can't do that for two reasons. Number one, who you're playing, and number two, it's a race to 8. You know, if you're playing a cash game, as long as your money is long, you can play that way all night, and your firepower will overcome it. But in a race to 8, every error counts.
All right, now you got to put it away. That's Bobby. You know, and I think in that last match, a win there would have been huge for Brandon.
Mm-hmm.
I think a win here would be huge for Bobby, but I think it's for different reasons. You know, Brandon's looking to break through. Bobby's looking to prove that he deserves to be with these guys.
I agree with that 100%.
Oh, and bring the crowd into it. Yeah, they're all going to be cheering for
The
Bobby.
hometown crowd goes wild as Mr. Emmons goes up 1-0.
We see the lovely Veronica Poor up there racking. I haven't been here the whole tournament, but I'm betting she's been racking on this table all week.
Since yesterday.
Okay. She didn't rack the one pocket?
No.
Okay. You like a safety here?
Absolutely. Bury him on the 2, right?
Oh, he didn't. Like that's kind of a big faux pas.
Yeah, you're up 1-0, you got momentum. Could have buried him on the 2 and kept control of the table, and now if you're Bobby, the wrong guy is in control right now.
He's still going to have to play real well between the 3-10 to get back up for the 2. He's got too much angle just to hit it with inside, doesn't he?
I think he can crank it with some left, a little bit of low, and come between the 3-10 and come around.
Okay.
I mean, it really doesn't have any other option. You can't, there's no draw here.
Yep, that's what he's doing.
Got a little fortunate, but you hit it good. Tough cut, but almost a natural to come down 1, maybe 2 rails to the 3, right?
Is he going to come between the 8-10?
No.
Oh, he missed the ball altogether. What happened there?
I hope you're DVRing that, folks, because you may never see that happen again.
He hit that too hard. Okay.
Good miss. Did not want to be flat on this though.
Rail first. Nice recovery there.
Yep.
That's Bobby. He thinks what he wants to do and then he does it. Or at least tries to.
He's not an A double plus position player, but his shooting gets him out of so many jams. It's like Most people are sweating that. He's like, oh, I've been here before. I know exactly what to do. Rail first, a little spin, and I'm right back in the game.
I'm not sure what what he was looking at there. Doesn't he want to hit this with inside? Oh, he was drawing it straight over.
The shot. I liked going top left there, coming one rail and back down to the 5.
That's where my first thought is what I go with. Bites you in the butt. Boy, I think he'd almost like to play the cue ball between the 8-10, but I can't see him doing that.
Are you just going to roll down?
Oh, see, yeah.
Bumper cars.
He's all right. Didn't have to be, but he is. See, now Bobby gave him that rack. Is that... Are they doing that here?
Yeah, they can.
Yeah,
okay.
In the Casey Arenas match, they were giving each other racks. They were conceding.
Okay. Bobby's notorious for that.
Yeah. I think a Thorsten fan played this song, staying alive from going down 0-2 there.
Well, and Bobby was supposed to be out there.
Yeah.
Mr. Burkhart has abandoned me for a moment. Oh, Bobby's going to get another opportunity. That might be the
Mike. This is turning out to be your Saturday night fun, isn't it?
Yeah. Now, what else would I rather be doing than watching the best players in the world?
It's definitely a privilege.
You get to do it every weekend.
No, I don't. Well, at least this month I do.
Yeah.
You're right. And sometimes I get to play them, too.
He's coming awfully close to that pocket. Oh, Bobby. You can't do that. He still isn't sure how it happened. He's thinking maybe it curved. I don't think it curved.
I don't. Maybe if he had any spin on it, it might have turned. But not because of the table.
No. And do you really want to send a message to Thorsten saying, give me ball in hand, I can't get out?
No, you don't. It's interesting, the question you asked before this match started, how is Thorsten going to play a guy like this?
And he's made a couple mistakes early on.
Yeah, Bobby has made mistakes.
Well, but Thorsten has too. Thorsten
Yes,
fanned on
yes.
one ball, and really, there's no reason for him to scratch on the brake there either. I don't care if he gets kicked or not. He's not supposed to scratch on the brake.
No, you're not. Sometimes you tend to play the same pace as your opponent, and maybe that's happening a little bit.
Nice speed. I see Mr. Burkhart has returned.
I missed you two more than words can possibly say.
Everybody watching the stream missed you. Saying, get that Howerton off the mic.
I see what you did there. Howerton off the mic.
Oh, cute.
Mike Howerton.
Yeah. Where's he going?
I just noticed that Thorsten is one of the few players that doesn't have an extension either built into his cue or slides on. He grabs the, he goes old school with the rake. I like that.
Is he playing with a Mez? I thought he was sponsored by Mez.
If he is, the patch has fallen off his shirt. I see Kamui and Cyclop.
Volmer cues.
Volmer.
Michael Volmer, yes.
German, I would imagine.
Good guess, sir.
While you were away, Thorsten scratched on the break, and Bobby proceeded to take ball in hand, shoot the one, and scratch.
Was he trying to break out the 2-ball from a difficult cluster?
He was trying to go 2 rails around it and overstroked it, scratched in the side. So talk about taking all the momentum and just turning off the ignition.
This game is so much about momentum. The wild swings one way and then back another. It really is. I mean, as much as you want to say the best man win and this guy shoots better or straighter than the other guy, it really comes down to in a race to 8 on this kind of equipment, whoever makes the least amount of mistakes is going to win the game. I mean, you can make all the great shots in the world, but if a few positional errors, a few scratches, and you're out of the tournament.
Manny Pacquiao gets his first win by knockout in 8 years.
And it only took 8 minutes.
And it looks like he won a belt. I remember the first fight I believe he won first place, and that was he won fire the first time he fought. I'm not saying he's old or anything, but
he may be more well-loved in the Philippines than Efren.
Oh, I would say so.
And they love Efren. Good shot. Is he going to get there? Looks like he is. That was a great shot. He's bumping balls and he's still going to be okay.
Mm-hmm. And that could have just as easily froze to the rail. Goodness.
When you're feeling it. And no matter how strong you play, we all have those moments where everything just
falls into place.
Yeah. Of course I'm going to bump this ball and get perfect.
Mm-hmm.
I'm willing to bet he's had a few more of those moments than you or I have, though.
You should go to Vegas with your predictions, sir.
Can be 3-1. And this is, Bobby can't complain and say he didn't get the shot. He allowed this to happen.
Oh, that guy? Oh, security.
Boy, it looked like he bumped the rail when he stroked that ball. I see one of this tournament's sponsors on the other side of the table, Mr. Adam Kroll, Big Time Threads.
Oh, yes. I think his tagline is OG since 93. So, thanks for showing up tonight, sir.
He makes some great shirts.
Absolutely.
And he plays kind of decent, too.
He likes that game where you can only shoot balls in one hole, so...
I don't even want to think about that.
I tried to play that game once. I played 2 safeties, and then I got impatient and started shooting at my hole, and once I realized I'm not Efren or Earl, I decided one pocket wasn't for me.
I have a hard time even watching it.
I'd have to say when it comes to one pocket, man, it sure was fun watching Tony Chohan play one pocket. He just comes with some amazing shots.
Have you watched much old-time one pocket?
You know, I've got a DVD at home. The first one pocket I ever watched, one match I ever watched was 88. It was Ronnie Allen versus Keith McCready and Harry Plattis playing in Vegas for like $40K. And I mean, I'm sure, you know, there's a lot older matches than that, but that's kind of how I got introduced to it.
I just wonder. It seems like the game is being played different today than it was. And there's a lot more offense. And the number of times that I've seen people, you know, they talk about Dennis's game, and they say, well, he takes too many chances. He goes for shots that he shouldn't go for, but it works for him. You know, I know that years ago it was said that straight pool was not being played like it was years ago. You know, now it's just, you know, you can make everything. Do you think that's the ability of the players or the equipment? Or maybe a little of both? I don't know that players today make balls any better than they did 20, 30 years ago.
I think new school versus old school might have something to do with it. You also have to take into consideration the equipment. I mean, you know, back in the 60s and 70s, I mean, they were playing on looser pockets, to be honest.
Well, but they were also playing on rugs.
That was going to be my next point. You know, that thick, I don't know if you want to call it mallee or that thick, I mean, it's felt is an understatement. I mean, you actually had a stroke. You had to have a stroke to go table length draw and come multiple rails, and now it's not quite like that today.
And they say that's why the Filipinos play the way they do, because they're used to playing in that humidity. I remember coming back from the Philippines one time talking to Oscar, and he said that they simplify things so much. He had lost all the money he had come with, but he said he thought his game had gone up 1 or 2 balls just gambling with the guys.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Bobby needed. He got a roll there, missing that ball and getting hooked. You know, getting safe.
All the balls in the open, every ball has a pocket.
3-1. Do what you do. You know, you're not out of this.
Certainly not with his firepower.
Oh. That's good. Now, when he gets down to the 9 ball, you think Thorsten gives it to him?
Not a chance. There's a better chance of Thorsten being mistaken for Denzel Washington.
He came a little farther. Oh, no. Sometimes you can dance too long with the one that brought you. Bobby is not going to change his approach at the table ahead 7-0 or behind 7-0.
Absolutely not. Asking him to change his approach to the table is like asking a cat to bark.
Did he hit it hard enough?
I don't think so.
He won't take a flyer on it.
Behind the 10 time.
Yeah. Well,
I think we see this bank, he's banking it.
He didn't call it. Was that a safety from Bobby?
That was the safety. I think I just saw a pig fly over.
That can't be. He must have miscued.
14 people in the crowd just lost a bet.
Nope.
I think Thorsten is playing Bobby's game there. I think there might have been some safety there. Interesting.
We're about to be 3-2.
We got a match, folks.
And no, he didn't. Thorsten didn't even flinch in the chair. It's like, shoot that ball.
Yep.
Now let's take that question a little further, and will Bobby give Thorsten the next 10 ball?
Niet. That's Russian.
Hi, I'm Donnie Wessels with West State Billiards. Do you know we have been servicing the West Coast for over 70 years? We have just about everything you need for your game room. Arcades, poker tables, pool tables, shuffleboards, spectator chairs, air hockey, foosball, and have you seen the new Gold Crown 6 from Brunswick? Call us at 1-800-266-8914.
WestStateBilliards.com.
And we're back. Bobby Emmons trailing 3-2.
I noticed Bobby's taking just a little bit off his break. He's not breaking at max power.
And he was breaking balls into the side the first, earlier in the match.
I mean, it's a fine line between controlled break and breaking dry. I mean, you want to hit it with enough power to get the ball going 4 rails, or at least a ball period, versus you don't scratch, but you give up control of the table. That hurts.
This is an ugly table. I guess the 5's in a good place to open up the 7-10. Oh, he's going to play safe.
Bring it 2 or 3 rails. Bring the cue ball back up table by the 9-5 stack.
Yeah, I think you have to. You got a wall of balls there. And if he can tuck in there deep, like that, I don't see any kick there.
Oh, window seat between the 5-10?
Yeah, he's got 2 rails.
Oh, that was close.
Well, we saw Thorsten put a 3 foul on Brandon. Does he go for a 3 foul here?
If so, he might do it using the 5 for his second foul. Maybe getting it to a spot where he can kick it out 3 rails and behind the 7-10. Like shoot the 2-3-4 and play safe off the 5 maybe.
Looks like it. If you're going that far into the, well, I mean, I guess it doesn't hurt him. Get in there and play safe. If Bobby hits it, okay, fine. Or is he just going to play the 5?
You better make sure you have a shot on the 6 and you disturb the 7. Open that up.
Yeah, because you can make that 5 and break the 7-10 open and leave yourself nothing on the 6.
Yeah, you can end up with the short end of the stick there.
Or you just play that safety and leave the cue ball there. Like you were saying, 3 rail the 5 out.
Yeah, I like the safe because there's a guaranteed result. If you try and make the 5, you're trying to break out the 7 and leave yourself a shot on the 6. There's too many variables there. Boom.
He's going to leave him a straight 1 rail. Bobby hits this ball all day, but bad things could happen. He could come behind it, scratch on the corner that he just called. Or he could sell out the 5-8. Of course, the 7's still...
Luckily, the 7 is still an issue.
He doesn't look happy with it.
Yeah, he wanted a little more angle than that. I mean, top left, 2 rails and over for the 6. I mean, well, he's drawing it. Coming back for a bank, maybe.
I don't know.
Oh, is he going to cross bank this?
Maybe, yeah, and then run right into
that's
it.
a man after my own heart right there.
That's a shot. At 3-2.
Bobby has a new life.
Can't say it enough. You've got to win this one. Not for the score, but just you can't allow your opponent to leave you something like that.
Yeah, you have to make him pay for every mistake.
What did he just do? Well, we saw that in the last match, just being careless. And you know, that's something we know about Bobby's game. He's going to make mistakes like that. He's going to let his opponent in. And like you were saying, he can normally shoot his way out of it because his opponents that he plays out here, they're not going to punish him for something like that. A lot of people here in town are intimidated by his style at the table.
Yeah, there's nothing that Bobby can do on the table that Thorsten hasn't already seen or experienced.
Bobby, I'm sure, would have been happy with this 10 ball, but I wouldn't have been happy with it. (4-2) when you really, really should have been 3-3.
Yep. You know what that sound is, Mr. Howerton?
Hope returning to Bobby?
It's opportunity knocking.
Yeah.
Is
Well,
he going to open the door? We shall see.
you know, I'd like to say that maybe you take a little bit more time here, but that won't happen. When you run out with his approach, it's a beautiful thing, but when you do things like this, it's not. Have you ever seen Bobby? You got ball in hand and he's out of line already?
As fast and as loose as he plays, I haven't seen this much, to be honest with you.
Oh, he's going to leave it hanging and scratch. Wow. That might be the end of things. So much of Bobby's game is built on confidence.
I would never say never. I mean, I'll give you a quick example. A couple years ago at another pool hall in town, he was playing a race to 13 for a large amount. His opponent was at 12 and he was at 6. And he proceeded to reel off the next 7 games in some of the most outrageous shooting I've ever seen in my life. I mean, shots that you had a dead easy safety on, but instead he's back cutting and banking, and it was just an exhibition of firepower, to say the least. So if Thorsten puts his head down, he should be able to finish this match, but just don't let up.
He can see it. Well, and he needs angle to get to the 3.
Yeah, I don't see a way he can get where he needs to be on the 3.
Can you make the 1 with a little outside and avoid the 9 and just come back down table?
At that sharp angle, he's going to need to hit it with a lot of outside.
Okay, maybe you hit it just with nothing and come down between the 8 and the 3.
Yeah, I like that shot. Just watch the scratch.
Or you see if your opponent can run a rack. Because you know Bobby's not going to give it back to you.
Once again, excellent prediction. The next time I see Bobby Emmons give back a push will be the first time.
But he left him that kick and stick you were talking about earlier. Unless he left him, no, he didn't leave him the edge of the 1.
I don't believe he can get by the 9 in order to edge the 1.
He's looking at it.
No, he's looking at going rail first with maybe some spin.
He needs to play that masse where it masses back and forth.
In your book on that, when does that come out, sir? Because I'm a buyer.
Do you call the 1? I mean, it doesn't hurt anything to call the 1.
Yeah, I call it.
Good shot there. Took away the 1 rail.
Is he going between the 8-10 and a little 2-rail magic here?
He must be. That's what he's looking at. I mean, I'd never put odds on him not contacting an object ball, but man.
I think the 410 is a carom winner.
But I think the 3/8's got to be a carom too. Unless he breaks
That's a
it
good
open
warm-up
there.
for the 410.
Yeah. Oh, it went by.
Ooh. Slow down, though.
You talking the cue ball or Bobby? Cue.
I would never talk to Bobby like that.
Very nice.
It starts with 1, Mr. Howerton.
Yeah. Can't win 6 in a row till you win 1 in a row.
Exactly.
And we're back. Bobby Emmons breaking. He trails 5-3. He makes a ball, but I don't think he's got enough of the 1. I don't know that he's got any of the 1.
I think he does.
Okay. I'm hearing from on high he has part of the 1.
So does he clip the 1 and come between the 6-4? He better not hit it too much with too much pace. He could scratch, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, I think he's got it.
He may have enough of it.
Oh, he does. Wow.
Look at that.
Wrong side of the 2, but hell of a shot.
He's got the stroke to get here. I don't know how yet.
Absolutely.
And you know, he gets this crowd behind him with some shots like that.
Yeah.
Because he feeds off that sort of thing.
Yeah, that's a momentum builder right there.
I thought for a time that Earl was more interested in putting on a show than actually winning a tournament. I think Bobby might be more interested in, can I get this crowd going, ooh, ah. I mean, certainly he wants to win the match.
Like a shot such as that, a little theatrical billiards.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know about you, but when I shoot that combination, I always draw the cue ball 14 feet.
Right. That's okay. And I honestly, that's the way Bobby plays, but I think part of that game is to get that crowd behind him.
Mm-hmm.
7 looks like it goes. Even if it doesn't, the 7-9 looks wider. Don't overrun it.
Plays good.
It's good to come across that line.
Just make sure, if anything, you come below the 7 ball here, not above it.
Right.
Looks good.
Oh, he's got that Bobby stroke going.
Oh, and you're 5-5.
We've all seen it.
The thing that makes it him his worst enemy is the same thing that makes it his best friend.
Yeah. He's put a 2-pack on him now.
We at Tiger Products make the best laminated Q-tips in the world. Known for quality, consistency, and maximum control. Proudly made in the USA. Tiger Tips. The best just got better. To find out more, visit
tigerproducts.com.
And we're back. Just in time to watch Bobby. Did not scratch. Didn't make a ball, though, either.
And might have left no shot for Toasty.
He'll kick it. This is a big game.
That was a nice pitch.
Yeah. He makes a great shot like that. He gets 4 people clapping. The whole room claps for Bobby.
Change it. Don't worry. There's a delay. We're all good.
Oh, he got there. Hit the balls and sometimes good things happen.
Yep. Good hits produce good results.
Yeah.
You weren't kidding, Mr. Howerton. This is a huge game. Holman wants to stop the momentum right
He's got
quick.
to. Yeah.
If Bobby wins this game, it's gonna be real hard to stop from there.
Yeah, because he's shown him he's got the firepower, and if he can win this game, he'll show him that he's got the patience and. He left him an edge.
That's it.
Not enough to make it.
I wonder if it goes in the other corner, the right corner.
Doesn't look like it. If it does, he'll take a swing at it.
Absolutely.
Oh, he left him the one ball. First mistake goes to Thorsten here. Or the first opportunity. Couldn't have got much better than that.
Wow.
Not sure I understand that.
I thought he had enough ball to slide between the 3-8 and get almost straight in.
Yeah. Thorsten can't play Bobby's game.
Good call, Mr. Howerton. That was a Bobby shot right there.
Yeah. And I realize, you can sometimes tell yourself, I can make balls just like my opponent can, but he doesn't have that. He has a much simpler game. Bobby lives and dies by the flash.
It's tough to do commentary when he's shooting because when you're getting ready to say what he might do, he's already shot.
He does it, yeah. Early on in this match, did you think we'd be seeing Bobby punishing Thorsten for every mistake?
I seem to remember hearing someone shoveling a little dirt on Bobby's grave prematurely. I don't recall who that was, but
I don't.
Obviously, they sell distilled spirits here at Freezer's IceHouse.
Crowd's gonna love this one.
As the hometown boy, Bobby Emmons goes
6-5.
6-5 up and breaking with all the momentum.
We've already seen him put a 2-pack on him.
And I can count the 2-packs that I've seen on this table with one hand with fingers to spare.
That's something we didn't think about. Bobby's played on this table an awful lot.
Oh, he's got the home field advantage, to be sure. Not just with the crowd, but with the table.
I mean, I realize Thorsten just got off this table, but you're right. I mean, this is like playing in his living room here for Bobby.
Yeah.
Took his time there. Ordinarily, he'd be like on the 3-ball now.
Fantastic break.
Thibodeau. Get out of there, too.
Easy, Homer.
It's going to go hill. Come on. We're just trying to decide now who's breaking at hill.
If Bobby's a record player, he's always at 78. He needs to dial it down to 45. We're not talking 33 and a third here, but just make sure you get...
Yeah. This is another one of those, if he doesn't get out, it's all on him. And this is a Cosmo from here.
Yeah. Tom Cruise wants this game right here.
Got a little straight. He's talking to himself.
Yep.
He's halfway to a two-pack.
And no, folks, we're not piping in artificial crowd noise like some NFL teams do. This is actually the home room going wild.
Yeah, he was getting high five, or he was getting fist bumps on the rail there. This room wants nothing more than to see him
Go as
beat
far
a
as
world
he,
champion.
Absolutely, and continue his run in this tournament.
Yeah. And we're back. Bobby Emmons breaking at 7-5. Makes the 9? No. Dry break. Ugly table. That's got to be tough coming into a pool room that you've never been in. He can probably count the number of times he's been in the state of Arizona on one hand, and you're playing the hometown hero who plays such a fast and loose game. And if Bobby loses, everyone says, hey man, you gave it a try, you played your best, he's a world champion.
But if Holman loses,
Yeah.
he's just lost to a guy who's never been on ESPN.
You know, Bobby's trying to do as well as he can in the tournament. Thorsten's trying to take first place.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he does have an extension. It's brought out the
Or maybe he has a Corvette shaft. Actually, a Corvette's fiberglass, my bad.
Is that a Revo?
For Germany's version of.
Uh-oh.
We have action, folks.
Yes, we do. I give Bobby about a minute and a half to run this rack. He's out. This place is going to go crazy.
Yes, the roof's going to come off this place in 4 more shots.
Ran a little far. You know, I'll give it to him for taking a lap around the table, but he jogged around the table.
Don't be mad he's blowing your 90-second prediction, sir.
Thorsten's not giving him this one either.
Unbelievable. So disrespectful.
I don't know if Daniel's going to try to get as a conversation with Bobby here,